The My Hero Academia manga is better than the anime, and here's why. Now, I know the title of this video is very ambitious to say the least, but this is genuinely what I believe, so I'll say what I have to say and see if you guys agree with me or not. And just a preface to all those who are already hovering over the dislike button, I still really like the anime of My Hero Academia as well, but I just prefer the manga a lot more. Just because the title says it's better than the anime doesn't mean I hate the anime. I hope that's been cleared up, but now that's out of the way, as you can tell by the title, I will be talking about both the My Hero Academia manga and anime obviously, and be giving my points as to why I think and genuinely believe the My Hero Academia manga is better than the anime. And you may be thinking, don't they cover the exact same thing? And yes, you're right, but it's not really about the difference in plot or anything, because the anime is a direct and pretty accurate adaptation of the manga, but there are a few subtle differences and a few personal preferences about the manga I will be delving into this video. But before we start, make sure you leave a like on the video because it helps out a lot more than you think. And now that's finally out of the way, let's just get into the damn video. Firstly, let's look at the difference in art style. Well, looking at them side by side, they're pretty much the same, but those who read the manga will probably also agree that the art in the manga at times can be absolutely mind-blowing in terms of how detailed and intricate they are. Especially in the recent chapters and the war arc of the manga specifically, the art has been absolutely out of this world. Horikoshi has been going nuts with, the art and time again, to the point that I don't know if Studio Bones can fully, replicate the art style and do it justice in the adaptation, and that speaks volumes about how well the art is drawn in My Hero Academia. Because if I'm not sure if Studio fucking Bones can do it justice, who by the way is, in my opinion, one of the best studios for anime adaptations, then that just means the art is to the point that it's going to be hard to adapt perfectly and do the art of Horikoshi justice. But don't get me wrong, I trust that Studio Bones can definitely make the scenes and certain shots from the manga look good, but probably not as good as the original thing, which to be honest goes for every manga, because sometimes the anime adjusts a few things when adapting the anime, such as facial designs of the characters, etc. And no, I don't mean fucking thigh, boob or stomach sizes of fucking high school girls. I still can't believe that was even an argument that happened. That makes my head hurt. Oh my god. But as I was saying, if you're an anime only and haven't read the manga, then I really implore you to read the manga for the war arc, especially after the anime has covered that in season 5. I honestly didn't have this standpoint, or at least have the urge to make this video about the manga being better than the anime until about a few months ago, when we started getting into the real deep parts of the war arc. When looking at some of the art in the war arc, I forget I'm reading My Hero Academia and only realize after the chapter has ended. It just goes to show that My Hero Academia is having a real shift in tone and moved from more, a school / early young hero oriented, / slightly light-hearted tone to a more darker and serious tone, which is what I've always wanted from My Hero Academia. I've always wanted more hero and less academia, and in fact the recent chapter, which was chapter 306, signifies this. Of course, sometimes it's fine to have a light-hearted tone and carefree moments, but sometimes it gets too much for my liking. But at least now it's time for us to experience My Hero Academia at its best. But back on topic, I went on a bit of a tangent there, but on to the next reason I prefer the manga over the anime, which is due to the simple fact that the manga is closer to what the author is trying to do with the series, if that makes sense. Now, don't get me wrong, the anime definitely is a good adaptation of the manga. I feel like I have to say that every time I make a point, but what I'm trying to say is the manga is the original material that's closest to Horikoshi's vision of the series, without any changes that the anime may have implemented. That doesn't mean the anime is bad per se, it just means it's a better way, and personally I feel like best way to consume a series. I understand there may be a lot of reasons why you stick with exclusively the anime. For example, people like things animated, people like the voice actors because it gives life to the characters instead of just reading off, words off a page along with pictures. People are, so immersed in the series that they see these anime characters as actual fucking people that they're quote unquote friends with. And maybe that last one was a bit It may have been a little bit out there to say the least, but I'm sure you catch my drift. But back on topic, as I was saying, the fact that Horikoshi has little to no involvement with the production of the anime takes away the raw feel to the, it takes away the raw feel to the series. And I'll repeat this again. That doesn't mean the anime is bad. For example, there are many series that I watch exclusively the anime, such as Rising of the Shield Hero, Demon Slayer, Re:Zero, Dr. Stone, It Invaded, and the list goes on. I feel like it's the fact that I've always read My Hero Academia from the manga, which is why when watching the anime, the raw feel to the series being straight from Horikoshi's head is lost. The reason I don't have this feeling with the Rising of the Shield Hero, etc. is because I've never read the original source material. I can guarantee that if you start reading the My Hero Academia manga from the beginning to where we are now, you will just feel like, just sticking with the manga. Not just because it's ahead of the anime, but the whole experience is different. For example, if you don't like the OST in a certain scene for the anime and wanted to change it for another one you really like from another series, then you can do that. Although the soundtracks in My Hero Academia fucking slap, and another example is maybe imagining the voices of your favorite characters being different from the anime. Well, when you read the manga, you can choose the voice of your favorite character. These examples may seem like nitpicks and minor details, but the little things are what makes up the series. To put it simply, reading the manga gives you all sorts of ways to vision the things it lacks, like the examples I gave earlier with the voices, the OST, and even the coloring. The manga can really make you use your imaginations to extents that you probably didn't realize until you actually look back on it. I've been reading multiple manga that haven't got an anime adaptation, an example being Chainsaw Man, and just sitting down and just imagining what the characters' voices sound like, what the soundtrack behind your favorite scenes sound like. It's surprisingly a lot more enjoyable than it sounds. Although after wasting like an hour of just picturing these things, you may feel like a complete idiot, which I guess you kind of are, but who really fucking cares? It's just manga. But I'm sure you get what I mean when I say this. The manga is really magical, and trust me, just saying that makes me cringe, but it's the truth. You trying to repicture and kind of reset your view on how the characters are will be hard, but the manga, you can change whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. Well, as long as it still follows the story and it's not a ridiculous ship, then I'm sure it's fine. And you may be wondering at this point, isn't this just a like a general thing? And you're pretty correct, to be honest, but it just happens to be My Hero Academia that comes to mind whenever this topic comes up. And I honestly don't know why. My Hero Academia isn't my first manga. It's just the manga that I feel like for the first time I've tried to picture things differently. Finally, the manga just saves a lot more time. It's factual that reading manga is a lot less time consuming than watching anime. And not only that, but the manga goes into a lot more detail than the anime in terms of important plot points or even minor plot points. The manga just expands and gives a clearer explanation on things and all that stuff. The manga of My Hero Academia is better than the anime, and that is why. Or not, maybe you just like the anime, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just your opinion. I honestly just enjoyed making this video, and if you didn't understand, the ending of the video was meant to be anticlimactic, because at the end of the day, this video is just my opinion. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on and set to all. And apart from that, I will see you in my next video.